Let me guess how this usually goes. You get a spark of motivation, some video, some bad day, some quiet promise to yourself at 2 a.m., and you decide this is it. This is the moment everything finally changes. So you go all in. Big plan, huge goals, 5 a.m., alarms, brand new routine, the whole thing. And for about 4 days, you are unstoppable. Then life happens. You miss a day, then 2. And that shiny new version of you quietly melts away like it was never there. And you're left wondering, what's wrong with you? Here's the truth nobody told you. Nothing is wrong with you. You were just doing it in a way that was never going to work. Because real change was never supposed to happen like an explosion. It happens like a snowball. It starts as something so small, it feels pointless. But you keep it moving, it picks up a little more and a little more, until one day, it's rolling with a force nothing can stop. That's what we're building today. Not a burst of motivation that melts by Friday, a snowball. And by the time we're done, you'll understand exactly how ordinary people quietly turn tiny actions into a completely different life. Let's roll it. First, why the big push always fails. Think about what actually happened every time you tried to change. You waited until you felt fired up, and then you try to do everything at once. That feeling, that heat, is motivation. And motivation has one fatal flaw. It's warm. Motivation is a heat wave. It feels amazing while it lasts, and then it's gone. And anything you built on top of it melts right along with it. That's not weakness, that's physics. You cannot build something lasting out of something that's designed to disappear. A snowball doesn't need heat. It needs the opposite. It needs cold, patient, unglamorous consistency. The kind that doesn't care how you feel that morning. So the first shift is this. Stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is a feeling, and feelings melt. Start building something that survives the cold. So here's where you actually start. You pack a tiny snowball. This is where almost everyone gets it wrong. They get inspired, and they try to start with a boulder. 2-hour workouts, 50 pages a night. And a boulder doesn't roll. It just sits there, too heavy to move, until you give up. You don't start with a boulder. You start with a handful of snow. Make the first step so small, it feels almost silly. Don't commit to the gym. Commit to putting on your shoes. Don't commit to writing a book. Commit to 1 sentence. Don't commit to an hour of reading. Commit to 1 page. Because here's what people miss. The size of the first step doesn't matter. What matters is that it packs, that it holds together and it moves. A tiny snowball that actually rolls beats a giant one that never leaves the ground every single time. You are not trying to be impressive today. You are just trying to make something that rolls. Then you roll it every single day. Here is the whole secret. And it's almost annoying how simple it is. You keep it moving. Not perfectly, not dramatically, just daily. Because a snowball only grows while it's rolling. The day you stop, it stops. And if it sits still too long, it starts to melt. That's what a missed day really is. It's not a moral failure. It's just the snowball sitting still, quietly losing what you built. So protect the roll. And when you do slip, and you will, follow one rule. Never stop twice. Missing 1 day is an accident. Missing 2 is the snowball melting. So you're allowed to have an off day. You are not allowed to let it sit. You skipped yesterday? Fine. You put 1 small handful on the pile today like it never happened. No guilt, no starting over, just the next roll. The people you admire aren't the ones who never missed. They're the ones who never let the snowball melt for long. Here's the part that feels like magic. It compounds. For a while, rolling this thing feels like nothing. You add a handful, and the pile barely changes. Day 10 looks almost exactly like day 3. This is the moment most people quit. They can't see it working, so they assume it isn't. But something invisible is happening. Every layer you add makes the next layer bigger. The snowball is now wider, so it picks up more with every single turn. The exact same effort you put in on day 3 moves 10 times more snow on day 90. You didn't get more disciplined. Your snowball just got bigger. That's compounding. Small actions don't add up. They multiply. And that's why the results feel slow, 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 and then suddenly impossible to ignore. You are not behind when nothing seems to be happening. You are packing the early layers that make the later ones enormous. Now, pick your hill. Here's a trick that will save you years of struggle. You don't have to push the snowball uphill on pure willpower. You can point it downhill and let gravity help. Your hill is your environment. Everything around you is either helping the snowball roll or dragging against it. The junk food in the cupboard, the phone by the bed, the friends who pull you back to who you used to be. That's all uphill. So shape the hill. Put the phone in the other room. Lay your shoes by the door. Keep the good thing easy to reach and the bad thing annoying to get to. You are not stronger than your environment, so stop fighting it. Tilt the ground in your favor. And consistency stops feeling like a battle. It starts feeling like gravity. And slowly, you stop rolling a snowball and you become the person who rolls. This is the shift that makes it permanent. In the beginning, this is something you do. You have to decide, remember, force it. But if you keep rolling long enough, something quiet happens. It stops being something you do and becomes something you are. You don't decide to brush your teeth. You just do it because you're someone who does. That's the goal here. Every small roll is a vote. It whispers, this is who I am now. Enough votes, and quitting starts to feel wrong, like betraying yourself. You're no longer chasing discipline. You just became a person who keeps their word to themselves. And that person doesn't need motivation. They just roll. There's one stretch that breaks most people, the boring middle. Nobody warns you about this part. It's after the excitement of starting has worn off, but before the results are big enough to feel proud of. The snowball is real now, but it's not impressive yet. And it is deeply, painfully boring. This is where it all gets decided. Anyone can roll the snowball on day one, when it's new and exciting. What separates the people who change from the people who restart forever is whether they keep rolling through the boring middle, the rainy Tuesday, the morning with every excuse, the week where the pile looks exactly the same as last week. Let me tell you what's actually happening in that boring stretch. There was someone who decided to fix their life. Nothing about it looked impressive. Every morning, before anyone was awake, they did one small, unglamorous thing. A short walk, a few pages. One honest hour of work. No crowd, no applause. Just the same quiet handful of snow added to the pile, day after day after day. For months, it looked like nothing. Friends didn't notice. They didn't feel like a new person. If you checked in on week 6, you would have seen someone doing boring things with no visible reward. But they didn't stop. They just kept rolling through the part that felt pointless. And somewhere in that boring middle, the snowball quietly crossed a line. The layers started multiplying. And a year later, people looked at where they'd ended up and called it luck. They called it talent. They called it a lucky break. It wasn't. It was 1,000 boring mornings nobody ever saw. That's the truth about the snowball. The result looks like magic. The process looks like nothing at all. So here's where it comes down to you. Right now, today, your life is a snowball being packed. Every small thing you do is a handful, and it's all quietly adding up in one direction or another, whether you're paying attention or not. You don't need a dramatic transformation. You don't need to feel ready or motivated or strong. You just need to pack one tiny handful today, then roll it again tomorrow, especially on the days you don't feel like it. And then trust the part you can't see yet. Because the person you'll be a year from now is being built right now, one small roll at a time. So don't wait for the perfect Monday. Grab one handful of snow today and start rolling. If this gave you a push, do one small thing. Subscribe so the next roll finds you when you need it. And send it to one person who keeps starting over. They'll thank you for it. Keep it rolling. And I'll see you in the next one.